Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Horror Lives Here podcast. I'm Aaron Wachahowski. Thank you for joining me. So, last episode, I interviewed Jason Pitts, an Arkansas director. I thought today I would do a commentary, kind of a fan commentary. Now, I don't know all the behind the scenes particulars, but I'll tell you some things that I do know for the film Alone, which was Jason's first film. And I also want to try to do one later on Masquerade, his second film. But Alone was shot and put out in the year 2020, that awful year of 2020, starring Samantha M. Shaw as Kat, Marilyn Knapp as Patty, Clayton Bowman as Brock, uh, Trinity Beals as Mr. Anderson, and Amy Lynn Woodall as Mrs. Anderson, which they are in the post-credit scene. Now, this is a movie that is basically about a three people. The way Mr. Pitts tells it, it's three people all alone in their own way who come together and their lives are never the same. It is a psychological thriller, kind of semi horror, but mostly a psychological thriller with a very, very unique and interesting twist. So if you want to watch along with me, it is on Plex, Plex. So you can look it up on there. He mentioned on the podcast that the interview he did with me. He's trying to get it up on Tubi as well. But right now it is up on Plex, which you could get on any of your Play stores. If you have Roku, it's how I'm watching it on my television. It's available on Roku as well. So get Plex, look up Alone, Alone, and it'll be, for me, it was the third movie that popped up because apparently there's a couple other movies called Alone as well. And I will do a countdown and we'll start the movie when I get to, well, when I say now. Okay, we'll do a countdown in five, four, three, two, one. Hit and play. My Roku's a little slow. And of course, we have ads. That's the negative part about some of these streaming sites is you have to watch ads. So I have about 30 seconds of ads on mine. Family and faith. Yeah, I should have thought I should have done this before I hit play, but anyway, here we go. We're down to 1 second. All right. Right now we got the title logo, the company logo, Lucid Lake Production or Lucid Lake Pictures. Well, this film was shot. Smells like Bacon Productions. I love that name. This film was shot all over the River Valley area here in Arkansas, where I live. Part of it was shot here in Danville, the town I'm living in right now. They shot the gas station scene we'll get to. Right now, we're in a hotel with the ads with the credits going. Marilyn Knapp, a Jason Pitts film. Beautiful shot of a lake surrounded by trees. Oh, we see some feet. There's the beautiful Samantha M. Shaw doing a shower scene. That is a gas station that I'm not exactly sure where that's located. It looks like there's a gas station here in the area that's located. Looks just like that, but I think it's a different place. I love the bird tattoo on Samantha M. Shaw's back as well. So right now we're driving through some neighborhoods. Alexander Irwin was director of photography, and it looks amazing. This short looks amazing. Admittingly, the guy in me was a little disappointed that she walked out of the shower with a towel on, but you know, it's a beautiful lady, and a great actress. She did a great job in this movie, and she's also in Masquerade as a different character. Well, spoiler there. There's the title, Alone. So this is my first time doing a commentary on pretty much anything. So I'm gonna try to keep talking and not be quiet. Got inside of a hotel room. I believe he told me, and Jason, if you see this, you can let me know if I'm wrong. I believe he said it was in maybe Alma or Van Buren, somewhere like that. This hotel. There's a hotel in Dardanelle, the next town over from where I live, that from the outside looks exactly like it. So I thought that was it, but he mentioned it was in a different town. Now we find out that the guy she was sleeping with was the sheriff. His name is Brock, and she's trying to steal money out of his wallet. It's really easy at the very, very beginning here to be like, what the, what's going on with this girl? Why is she stealing this guy's money? But you eventually find out that she's very. It's really easy to feel sorry for her. It's a great story of this girl whose whole family just sort of abandons her. At first, the very first time I watched this, I found it hard to blame him for being mad. She did just steal $100 out of his wallet, but he takes it way too far. Clayton Bowman does a great job. He's not in the movie a lot, but when he is, does a great job. They all do. I mean, it's really hard to fault any of the acting. The acting in this movie is great, and I don't think they're all locals, all Arkansas people, but Jason told a great story last night of how he found all these people in Alabama at a shooting another film in Alabama. So all these Arkansas people came together in Alabama. And Clayton Bowman is the guy that playing the sheriff is the guy he actually went to high school with. So splattered her face on the concrete. That looked brutal. A very sexual scene here. Where he's telling her to open up, take it deep, and swallow it. Such a dick. Such a dick. That's a good rule to live by. Next time you want to blackmail someone, make sure he's not the sheriff. It's a good rule to live by. Turn this up a little bit so you can hear the audio just a little bit as well. For those of you maybe that aren't able to watch it. Now this gas station, this was shot here in Danville. I've been in that gas station many, many times. It is coming as you come into town. It's right there on the left. As you're leaving town, it's right there on the right. It's a little gas. It's literally right across the street from the county courthouse. And Marilyn Knapp in her first lines. And Jason Pitts, the director, is actually the man behind the counter as the owner of the gas station. I watched this 10 times before I realized that was him back there. I just assumed it was the young man or the fellow that owns it in real life, but it's actually Jason back there. Do you love it when people do that? They start telling you a story, and then when you ask what's going on, oh, never mind. Never mind. She's right. Nobody ever suspects the old lady. And really, I never quite understood why they needed to steal it. Those peroxide and bandages was going to cost like $10 maybe at the most. And right there, she's outside. You can see, oh man, more ads. Um, so if you're not watching ads, go ahead and pause it, I guess. But I didn't realize it was going to do ads right in the middle of the movie. But anyway, that right across the street from where she's standing is like a hardware store and a whole bunch of stuff. That is the Danville, the main strip of Danville. And literally, I drive through there every day, coming to and from to my house and from my house going to Russellville. It's literally middle of downtown Danville. Hope that's the last ad during this thing. Wait, we are back on. Such a sweet little old lady, isn't she? Such a sweet little old lady. At least to her, at least to Kat. Get the feeling, and maybe I'm wrong, that she's just not much of a man fan. She, this is great movie magic too. Like I said, that hotel, it looks like the hotel's in the town because it looks like she just walked from the hotel to the gas station, but it's probably a good. It's miles and miles away, but you would never know it if you just watching the movie. Little FYI, Little Rock's about an hour and 45 minutes from here. Hour and 30 to 45 minutes, somewhere around there. And there's a lot in this movie that sets up the next one, which you don't know when you watch it the first time. But right, like right here, this magazine cover with Sylvia Darnell, who is the main character in Masquerade. There's some beautiful shots of the lake. I don't know where he shot these at, but these are some beautiful shots, and it's surrounded by trees. It looks gorgeous. I don't know what it's like to shoot a car scene, but I'd imagine it'd be pretty. I don't know, maybe hard. I think it would be hard, especially when you're driving. You have to concentrate on driving the car, looking ahead, having a good performance. I mean, I'm not sure how this was filmed. This very well could have been filmed with the car sitting still, but I don't think so. I think they're pretty well driving down the road. Can't really tell where they are on the road though. I can't tell. They're heading towards Little Rock though. That's the story of the movie anyway. Is Cat's trying to get to Little Rock? I don't buy that, by the way. I don't believe being alone is worse than death. But I'm one of those people that's not exactly. It's pretty afraid of death. So starting to see a little bit in this Patty girl, a little bit in this Patty woman about. She's not exactly. She's sweet, but there's this underlying tension there, underlying something in there. Sorry, I said I wasn't going to stop talking, but I started getting into the movie. Um, it's a beautiful Arkansas sunset coming up. Nice little piano music going on underneath too. I don't know who. I'll have to look at the credits later to see who did the music, but it was a nice little underlying piano theme going on there. I believe this scene. I believe I heard this scene was shot up on Mount Magazine. Again, Jason, if I'm wrong, you by all means correct me. But I believe this mountain scene we're watching the sunset was shot up on Mount Magazine. Well, looks like we're going to ads again. So pause. Oh, this is a minute worth of ads too. Man. Um, I understand the point behind it. I just didn't realize it before I started doing this commentary, or I wouldn't have done it this way. But anyway, we're 45 seconds left of ads. But so far, we'll pick up where the movie is. So far, Kat's had an issue. Tried to steal from this guy that she slept with the night before. Apparently, she slept with him for money. He paid her, and then she tried to steal $100 from him. Beat her up, kicked her out because he's a dick. And Patty picked her up and is taking her to Little Rock, and that's pretty much where we are so far in the story. And like I said, amazing performances. All the actors did a great job. The cinematography looks great. The music's really good. And we are now back. They're still standing up there on the mountain. Now she's talking about her sister, who you find out in the sequel who her sister is. It's kind of a sad world we live in where somebody has to constantly ask, why are you being so nice to me? Because we're not nice. I mean, we're really not. And so when somebody is nice to you, it's not, it's easy to sit there and wonder, why are you being nice to me? What are you trying to gain out of it? Why? It can't just be because somebody's being nice, because you're always sitting there going, there's got to be something going on, right? There's got to be some reason that you're being nice to me. Mhm. I love this character though. This character of Kat is, she's sad, she's sweet. You want to like her, and it's hard. It's easy to like her. It's easy to feel sorry for her. She's obviously trying to do the right thing. She's trying to live a good life. She's just thrown in a really bad situation. Don't know why her family turned on her necessarily, but what a shitty family to do that. Mm. Now we're seeing some missing person posters, which is sort of giving you a little bit of a idea that something bad's about to happen. This scene coming up, though, the restaurant scene is probably the scene I have a hard time watching the most, because you see Marilyn Knapp's character Patty just slowly just getting more and more angry, and just this poor girl's just trying to eat her dinner. She's happy. She's found a friend, and Patty's just being a old cranky bitch, just to be honest. One thing I should have asked was where this scene was shot. I am not exactly sure where this restaurant scene was shot. Um, but for some reason that's the only scene in the movie that I have a hard time watching. Very angry lady. One thing I will say, I know the first time I noticed watching this movie was there is no way they wouldn't be in Little Rock by now. But that's movie magic for you. I guess if you're not actually from Arkansas, especially if you're not from Danville, trying to drive to Little Rock, you probably wouldn't know. But it's like an hour and a half drive. It looks like they've been driving for hours. It was daylight when they started, and now it's dark. My mom used to work in a nursing home, and I've been there many times, and I've seen what Patty's talking about here, where people just leave their loved ones there and go on about their lives, and their loved ones die alone. I have seen that. I've been around it. I worked in a nursing home for a very, very short time myself, so I've seen it. I couldn't handle working there. Amazing performances, and for me, I uh, have a hard time memorizing things. Like I would have a hard time memorizing these long, long monologues that Marilyn Knapp is doing. Oh my gosh, we got another ad break. So pause again. 30-minute movie. This is the third ad or fourth ad break. Um, but anyway, yeah, Marilyn Knapp was doing an amazing job performing. Her delivery's great. She really looked like she really nailed this character. Same with Samantha Shaw as Kat, really nailed the character. And you will see Clayton Bowman again here in a few minutes. And one thing I want to talk about before it gets here is we're not too far away from the end of this thing already. And the end credits song called Eraser by a lady named Amy Bishop. Amazing song. I got it on my Spotify playlist. Listen to it every day. It's an incredible song. So Amy Bishop out of Hot Springs, Arkansas, look her up. She's great. And this song is amazing. Anyway, we are back now, and things are starting to get a little weird because Kat's starting to yeah, she's starting to realize something's wrong. She's getting drowsy. Wow. Nice little shot there of the name tag. And now we are somewhere, obviously, where apparently we're at Patty's home. She has a well that she uses to dispose of dead bodies. No, I take that back. I apologize. We are not there yet. She's now stuffing Cat in the trunk of her car. I got a little ahead of myself there. But Cat is now unconscious. Patty is sticking her in the back of in the trunk of her car, tying her hands and feet up. And if you hadn't gotten it before, you get it now that this woman is mentally deranged and not right. Oof, that tying up her feet. She's not going anywhere. And you can tell this is something she's done before. Now taking her off into the middle of nowhere. And look, folks, it's the sheriff. Yep, she looks like she's doing a kegger and doing drugs. She's so full of crap. Great job there. Great, amazing, amazing performance. But she's so full of it. I can't sleep. I have to drive up and down this road looking for him. I know I'll never find him, but I just have to do it. She even convinced this heartless jackass that she lost her son. The tension in this scene is great. You're just waiting for her to, and then he realizes who's in the trunk, and like the complete douchebag he is, just lets her go. Poor Cat. Just now we are at the well, and this is the first time I watched this movie. I was still sitting there going, "Okay, I know she's crazy, but what the hell is going on here? Like, what is she doing?" And She's not dragging Cat to the well. Again, I wish I had asked where this was shot exactly. I think at one time I was told, and I've just forgotten. My memory's not great, but it's a beautifully well lit shot. It's you're in the middle of the night. It looks like you're in the middle of nowhere. And Kat, even she wakes up here in a second, but even so, she's tied up. Her hands and feet are tied up severely. She can't go anywhere. She can't defend herself. She's still all drugged up. She's gonna zip tie her throat. This is a brutal death scene, and not gory or anything like that, but just the thought of the zip tie, tight as it can be around your throat, suffocating you to death is just awful. Just just the thought of that gives you chills. Like I would almost rather be I'd rather be shot in the head. I'd rather be stabbed to death even than this because
don't be afraid. You're beautiful, like the sunset. Don't fight the horizon yet. Embrace it.
what a horrible person. She masquerades as this sweet little old lady, but she is a awful human being. She can't even get the words right. I sing that to my kids just about every night. Just that long death scene. Just she's just suffocating. She's being choked to death for what has to feel like an eternity. It's just brutal.
My 15, sweet girl.
And there's that really awesome, pretty creepy piano music going on too. Every time I see this shot looking down into the well, I can't help but think of Silence of the Lambs. Puts the lotion on its skin. Here is that amazing song by Amy Bishop. But you don't know something working. Yeah, let me go. Go ahead. What else? Lying alive, do I keep us inside in the place? Keep on dancing, the race. Keep on dancing. And these are awesome end credits too with the missing persons posters. Those are all real counties in Arkansas. I'm not going to sing out loud, but great song. Great song. And now we got our ending credit scene or after credit scene. This is at a school up in Northwest Arkansas. And just to drive home the point of how sick and deranged this woman is.
Are you alone? They've gone down to yes, yes, they did. You're all alone, aren't you, you poor sweet girl? Where do you live? Down by the light. Oh my goodness, that's a long way for a little girl to walk. Bump out, you hop in, right before the clock. Okay.
Sick. Sick. Child abduction is as a father myself, it's my biggest nightmare. Love the poltergeist line there though. They're here. And here's Miss Amy Lynn Woodall playing Mrs. Anderson, who I will have on the show next week. So we'll talk about this movie. Yeah, my biggest nightmare right there. That's and then she pops up on a missing poster, and that's it. That's Alone. Like I said, a great movie. Um, very hard to watch at times because it's so realistic. Masquerade. Jason and I talked about it last night on the show. Masquerade was a lot more fun of a watch. It was a lot more slasher movie like, and so it was a lot more fun. Alone was a very hard watch. Great movie, amazing performances, but I mean, just the what's going on in the movie was it's hard. You know, you feel so bad for poor Cat, and then the young girl at the end as a parent. But amazing performances. Jason Pitts proved here what a good director he was and writer. He wrote the script as well, and the performances were top notch. That's why it's won so many awards, and that's why it did so well in the film festivals. And then Masquerade, which, like I said, I'll try to do a commentary for when I get a chance. I don't, unfortunately, I only have it on my phone, which is how I'm doing this show. So I don't know how I'd be able to watch it and do a commentary on it. But it was an amazingly fun slasher movie. And then number three, Lonely Echoes, which is what he's trying to do. He's trying to get shot. Unfortunately, the Indiegogo, as he said last night, isn't going as well as he hoped. But if you can, go look up Indiegogo Lonely Echoes and try to and help out. If nothing else, share it. Let's see if we can help them get some money raised so they can make part three. This is going to be a 4-part series called the Alone Saga: Alone, Masquerade, Lonely Echoes, and I believe he said the fourth one's called Unmasked. And in Lonely Echoes, these first two movies, Alone and Masquerade, will come together. Um, but yeah, man, I can't give Alone enough credit. I thought it was a phenomenal movie. Incredible performances by Marilyn Knapp, Samantha and Shaw, Clayton Bowman. They all did great. And I can't wait for Lonely Echoes. So thank you for watching. That was my commentary for Alone. And if you get a chance, look it up. It's on Plex, Plex. And he said last time he was also trying to get it up on Tubi. So go find it, give it a watch. It's a great movie. If you watch it on Plex, it helps them. They get money for every view. So um, anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Don't forget, April 2nd, Amy Lynn Woodall, 6 p.m. Central Time on the Horror Lives Here podcast.